So, for those of you who were unaware, the website fragment.hackers.org is the home website for the NetSlum lobby server. Alka runs this, as well as the server itself. And here you've got all sorts of little nifty things to check out. Got your home page here with the nice little sprawl of characters from the infection cover. Probably my favorite of the covers, just that real nice white image with aura standing sort of imposed over top of the characters beneath. Such a different feel from the other three games. I don't know, maybe it's because I had it for so much longer than the others, and it's the one I legitimately put hours and hours into the post-game on. Always sort of stood out to me as my favorite, but here you can go. Got a download section that they put together, so you could literally grab everything that can be legally given to you. Obviously, nobody's going to give you the BIOS files for a PS2. You can't be doing that. As well as the Fragment game client, but everything else you need to get patched, to get up and running, everything you could be looking for there. You could check out server status, see who's online, who's doing what servers are active. Check out the Akashic records. This is a little data tracker of your character and everything they've done. Let's just put a name in for the heck of it. Let's check out Kite. And as expected, there are a ton of kites. I mean, hats off to the person who made Kaitsu Faith the Wave Master, but yeah, if you're looking to stick out in the crowd, Twin Blades named Kite not gonna help you. That said, we do have Baby Kite, Kite Kitsune, and Kite Fox, Fat Kite in all caps, twice, and Azure Kite. Got a link to the Discord and a link to the BBS, and this isn't the in-game BBS, this is their own forums. Been around for a few years now. And in the Fragment section, we have a new post by one unnamed author. That would be Dow on the Discord. And if you've played Fragment for more than a half hour, chances are you've needed help with something along the way, whether it be setup or gameplay. And Dow is 99% of the time in on that assist. So, here is the post they put up, apparently early this morning, according to the server, offering a series of bounties on the farming servers that would work on Crab, Hongik University Station, and I do believe there are a couple other variants as well. I think Emus has one, I think Dow has a second one. But these are the bounties. Let's go ahead and check some of these out, huh? And welcome to another edition of the Weekend Warrior. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, and we are starting out in the splash screen at the start of logging into the world here for this run through of .hack Fragment. Doing so for a very important reason. Like I said, we're going to be doing a little bit of farming. A little bit of bounty farming. I feel probably the best way to go at this is start with the lowest one and head on the way up. But when you're looking for a server like this, you want to be looking for either Hongik University Station or the Crab server. Basically, as long as you see a level 99 in the server level, you're probably in the right spot. There are a couple other level 99 servers, but I haven't seen them on in quite a while. The Valhalla server and I think 1UP server is also level 99, but that hasn't been up in a good while. So generally, if you see a level 99 server on in the present day, it's either the Crab server or some variation of it. We'll go into Hanguk because that's all translated. If you're good at reading Japanese, crab is completely left unalone, so completely left alone on that part. So I think I'm pretty well set, but since I know farming dungeons are pretty much clusters of the same group of enemies, I am going to go ahead and make a gear change here. I'm going to switch out to Eternity, and when I do that I have to change my shortcuts. Want my Gigan crack at L2 and circle, and put Giru slash at L2 and triangle. Gonna actually up my stats a little bit. And yeah, let's go ahead and punch in these keywords and see where it takes us. Okay, now according to this should come out to a level 33 wood element. First word is literally the first word. Second word has a whole bunch of characters. The first one kind of looks like that Z thing. Yeah, that's the right one. Then we have a 2-character third word. Okay, no, that's not the right one. See, my eyes kinda jumped from one to the other there, so I gotta watch that when I read things. I get distracted very easily reading. Yeah, this looks like the right symbol. And sure enough, level 33 wood element. According to the description, Dao says they'll pay for whatever heals we use, but don't have much else to give on this one. Fortunately, we're not interested in the reward at all. The run itself is more than enough reward. Let's go and do some research, shall we? Find out what's in here. As it is a farming dungeon, the field should pretty much be barren of monsters. Nothing's written here. Can you tell me what you find? Dao with love. Isn't Dao the best? There's a little qualifier. And yeah, anytime you see a farming dungeon, there's not going to be much to check out on the fields. There are perhaps some symbols you could pick up. We're not going to bother with the Spring of Mist because it's probably going to be a level 1, level 2 tops. Just ride on by. Oh, there's a portal. Was not expecting that. Let's see what we got. Grand Colds. Okay. Really was not expecting to run into a monster portal out here. I wonder, because you never see monsters out in the field on one of these. I almost wonder if this was an incomplete one, maybe. Certainly different from any other farming dungeon I've seen. There's another portal. Let's go ahead. And here's the Smiley Ray, so that area attack we just spent all those SP on was not useful in the least, but at least we got it back on an SP drain. Picked up the moon out of a chest there. Weave our way through, see some Mandragora bouncing in the field, as they are wont to do. And down into the dungeon we go. The Afghans might help us for a little bit, give us a little bonus damage, but again, this is a level 33 field, so we're not really sweating the monsters here. They'll put more of a sting on us than usual, especially if we run into those Grand Colds, because there'll be 8 at a time, most likely, 4 coming out of each portal. get all the Korma you could ever ask for. And again, this may be a little hubris on my part, but I don't feel like using any consumables. So I'm just going to use the buffs I have on equipment, giving myself a speed boost and some SP regeneration. Looks like we're facing a whole bunch of death cranes, meaning that we've definitely got the right sword here with this multi-target earth attack. 2 strikes takes them all down. I mean, this is definitely fitting the bill rewards-wise. I find happiness isn't just a level 50 spear or something you can in fact get out of a box here in Fragment, but it's a pretty common reward in these farming type dungeons. Big elemental hit there. Gotta work our way up. Take out the last 2. I mean, it definitely fits the motif of a farming dungeon. You've got a pretty linear pattern, you've got clusters of the same enemy, and portals grouped together. All things, by the way, you should look out for, and if you are new to these farming dungeons and feel like giving them a try, one thing I could tell you is don't use your fairies orbs on this. You won't really need them to navigate. Pick up the Fool, an Emperor's Soul, an Earth Staff, and 2 Summon Wood. I had a feeling there were going to be 2 of them, so I sort of intentionally delayed there for a moment. Wasn't so much worried about the death crane on that one. I was more worried about accidentally trying to open the risky treasure. Also, these are great places to get resurrects. Nice 6 for 6 there. Resurrect, the moon, a forest of fear, and some more summon wood. So that clears level 1. A couple more symbols here giving us Apjuka and Aptorv. Apjuka may help in our defense against said death cranes, but let's be honest, they're not exactly tearing us from limb to limb here. Just for the sake of due diligence, we will heal up what little we lost on the first floor there. And charge bravely in to massacre things at under half our level. But we're doing it for science. 2 more summon wood, get a pair of risky treasures literally materializing at our feet. Yielding an Emperor's Soul, some Sprite Hands, and a Jungle Rage from a chest that was just sitting there waiting to be noticed. Here we're picking up all the happiness in the world, and a fair bit of wood. Maybe we were looking to build a cabin, I don't know. Another room full of death cranes out of the way. Got an Earth Staff, another Resurrect, some more Jungle Rage, and some more Summon Wood. That's principally your money maker, those summon spells. You're going to get a bunch of them, probably about 20 per run, give or take. Big old skill drain there, making sure we aren't running out. Thought I had that one. Of course, I'm sure it thought it had me too, and we just exchanged misses. There's the Sprite Hands, the Fool, a Forester Helm, and a Summon Wood. 2 more treasure chests, and then the stairs down to floor number 3. Typically these are 3 to 5 floors. I do find 4 to be the most common. Generally, when you find the final floor, there's usually another blue message screen giving you some instructions on what to look for the item. In the case of dungeons with multiple items, like one will say shortest path for this. Here we've got our monsters changed up a bit. We've got some grand colds. Managed to take them out before we take any of that spell damage. Pick up some divine speed and a green call along with our usual accompaniment of summon wood. Sorry, the language slipping a bit there. Just escaped that room unscathed as well. Don't think we reapplied our buffs because I noticed my SP isn't really regenerating. But here we are, floor 3, and that's the all dungeon portals cleared. So I guess it's sort of a moot point. Picking up a Forest of Fear, one after the other, followed by a green call, and lastly a pair of summon wood. And now there's nothing to do but find our way to the bottom. Get another pair of summon wood before taking the stairs down to 4. Couple symbols here, not that they're really going to help us with anything, because we already know that the dungeon is just about run. Even more rewards. Again, these rather lucrative dungeons. This is usually the key that you're near the end of a virus crystal. Pick it up, and we've now added a virus core H to our collection. And in the statue room, let's see what we get. A soul linker, a yellow candy, and a healing elixir. Taking a look here, soul linker is a level 23 heavy blade weapon with spirit drain. Also has Rye Smash, Gan Drive, and App Vorf. So very useful heavy blade weapon actually. Thunder element, earth element, and a nice little defensive buff. Not bad at all if you're looking to start a heavy blade. Probably a good weapon to keep on the back burner for you there. Let's go ahead and run this a couple more times. Probably going to skip most of the chests here. Nah, let's pick up what we can. Who am I kidding? I'll spend more than enough gold in subsequent runs just trying to make up for what I lose here. Once again, picking up that app Gans. Going to add our speed boost and reapply Rig Game, even though we did just pick it up towards the end of that last run. Just to see if we pick up anything different here in the treasures. App Vorv and App Vax. We were just talking about App Vorv, physical defense up. and time to head in. Wanted to time that right so all four were as close to me as possible, and I made sure they were all in the radius of the attack. Just looks cooler when they all drop at the same time. I'll take that little bit of damage for 6 dropped. Why not? Just all the treasures falling out of this room. I'm counting 8 chests in here, counting the 2 that were there previously, which means that 3/4 of the death cranes gave us treasure. So yeah, after a day of adventuring with your buddies, if you found your consumables are rather low, as is your gold point stash, heading on and soloing a couple attainable farming dungeons, very good way to get the cash back. Wow, the old accuracy bug has come back to hit us. Fragment, of course, at low levels, especially if you're playing a heavy blade or heavy axe, it is, shall we say, an adventure just to hit an enemy at times. Especially when you run up against things like the Harpy line here that has fairly good physical evasion. And you saw a little taste of it there, where these things are well below our class, but just couldn't hit them for the life of me that last time. Even lining them up perfectly, it seemed like the miss was just gonna happen. There we go. There was a good one. All 4 up and then all 4 down. See, I like to get that big first shot in, so I could just, you know, basic attack the rest. have a shot at getting that skill drain and really helping out the old SP pool, especially since each one of those Gigan cracks is draining us for 50 a pop. We could afford it, just not a ton. There's some app room and some app torv. Now we're up to the Grand Colds, and we're at a speed boost. Go ahead and reapply that, because why the heck not? It's free. Did not hit that one correctly, and took a little bit of the ice to the face on that 62 damage there. Missed that treasure chest there at the end, got distracted, and I heard it chime up, but I had already hit the button. Here's our all clear. Yeah, the Grand Colds proved to be a little bit trickier for us to zone in on than the Death Cranes were. Some Aptorma and some Rigsame. Just when I was about to point out the fact that we really did take a couple hundred points of damage. We get some Rigsame and it's all going to regenerate back before we know it. Virus core for that run is another H, so we're 2 for 2 on the H's. As we are on the Soul Lankers. Let's go ahead and give it one more run before returning to town. Get ourselves a nice close-up here. More Rigsame and some Apvax, meaning that we are absolutely having no fear on this one. I mean, it's the third run. We know exactly what we're in for at this point. kind of going commentary light here on the third because, well, I've kind of run out of things to say. Not too much terribly to talk about on a farming run. And I am sort of zoned in trying to get this done as smoothly as possible. Did pick up some Emperor's Souls there. Actually getting a nice assortment of gear out of this. I'm kind of surprised I haven't maxed out on anything yet. Though I'd imagine I'm probably close on the Resurrects since I usually run with 90 of them anyway. Actually remembered to reapply my buffs there, so it won't be running out in the middle of the second floor. Yeah, that 6 for 6 is really where I want to be. Gives me the least possible number of targets to track down after. Meaning that I don't have to get all super fancy and keep using my skills. Ran a bit too far up that time, but hey, if you're going to be super fancy and use all your skills twice, you may go ahead and make the most out of it. So you had that beautiful drop where there were 4 dropped and then 4 dropped. And thanks to rig game and a little bit of time to collect the treasure chests, it all amounted to the same math anyway. We were all full up by the time we came in. Getting a whole bunch of jungle rage in this room. See what the next room's got to offer. Couple risky treasures here. It's gonna give us an earth staff and a sprite hands. Some more summon wood, and now it's time to go down to our third and final. Home of the Grand Colds. Again, very curious to me that this had portals out in the field. I'll have to ask around on the Discord, see if there are any other farming dungeons. I haven't run across any others that I could think of with portals in the field, but I could be wrong on that. There could be a bunch of them and I just not know about it. Always like to see those Emperor's Souls drop. I haven't used them yet. Actually waiting until I have 99 of them saved. Because I figure as ridiculously expensive as they are, might as well get the first 99 in free, you know? See, this is where it gets ugly with the Grand Colds. You miss a couple and all of a sudden you're locked in place for the spells. Again, we're not worried about them one-shotting us here, but if you were a little lower level, especially if you're soloing like me, which again I can not recommend highly enough that you don't do that. Party up with some people. It's so much more fun and you don't have that risk of losing an entire level for one unlucky hit at low life. down here. Virus Core C. So a bit of a change up there. Let's see if there's a change in the chest. Nope. Still Soul Linker. Well, we got a Divine Cross and an Artisan Soul instead of a yellow candy. So yeah, I think that's enough runs to at least call this an upload. I don't want to keep running in straight lines for y'all. I'm probably going to come back and run this a few more times off camera just to look for any difference in what drops in the chest. If you ever get the chance and you talk to Dow on the Discord, be sure to thank them for putting together this little deal. I know they've been doing a good bit of translation work and just checking things. And normally speaking, when somebody's trying to hunt down an item, they will go to the effort of seeing if it can be reached in Hongic or by data draining certain monsters, and then they will let you know exactly what you need to get there. So definitely thanks to Dow for all of their help with the game, and for setting up these bounties in particular, something fun to do. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and we'll see you around.